Impact of childhood experiences and traumas on your love life. Did you know nearly 3 in 4 children, or 300 million children, aged 2 to 4 years, regularly suffer physical punishment or psychological violence at the hands of parents and caregivers? Trauma is an experience or reoccurrence of uncontrollable experiences or distressing events, leaving a lasting imprint on the people they affect. Despite many survivors of trauma going on to live normal lives, unresolved trauma may affect mood, motivation, and relationships. When trauma is left unresolved, victims often feel they are not complete and that they are somehow broken. This experience affects their relationships in adulthood, in some way or the other. Therefore, to have a healthy relationship with another person, one should have a healthy relationship with oneself first. Childhood trauma and relationships. You will likely experience frequent triggers that can cause an emotional response when there's an unresolved trauma. Often, these behaviors of others unintentionally act as reminders of the original trauma, leading us to experience attacks from partners where none were intended. Emotionally fueled arguments can lead to more intense disagreements about commonplace relationship issues. The trauma survivor may withdraw or become completely unresponsive when their partner attempts to communicate with them. This arises from the survivor's false beliefs that others are working against them, doubting the love and commitment in the relationship. Impact of childhood experiences and traumas on your love life. 1. You're unlikely to trust anyone easily. It's not uncommon to struggle with trusting others if you've had certain early experiences in life. You may find it hard to trust that your partner is going to be there for you when you need them, or trust them when they say they're going to respect your needs and boundaries. You might also doubt you're loved, even if your partner is expressive about it. 2. Breakup and rebound are easy norms for you. Adverse childhood experiences also manifest in relationships in the form of other patterns. For instance, some may enter relationships, one after another, and break up as soon as they feel any fear of abandonment. They jump from one relationship to another, constantly searching for others to heal and solve their traumatic past. They keep jumping into different relationships to find the perfect partner without realizing that it is they who need to work on themselves before anything. 3. Trauma reenactment. In some cases, you may enter some relationships that mimic or reinforce what you learned as a child. This is called trauma reenactment. You may find yourself repeating cycles from your early life and placing yourself in situations where you may be hurt again emotionally or physically. This isn't a personal choice. It may be a defense mechanism that leads you to seek something that feels familiar. It may also be an unconscious attempt to heal through facing the same challenges. 4. Avoiding romantic relationships. Yet another pattern is that people with adverse childhood experiences often actively avoid romantic relationships. Since they were not given enough love in their childhood, they feel they don't deserve it. They also feel they are incapable of being in a romantic relationship and often find them meaningless. Additionally, they feel inherently defective, and this lack of worth makes them feel incapable of being a good partner to someone. Therefore, they avoid relationships and become socially inhibited. Not only do such people ignore self-care, they often end up being self-destructive. 5. Trapped in emotionally abusive relationships. Those who have had traumatic childhood experiences end up trapped in destructive relationships and often end up with abusive partners. Initially, they feel they've made the right choice without realizing they're attracting partners who aren't emotionally healthy. This is the other side of like attracts like. They unconsciously attract people who have had traumatic childhood experiences and are emotionally damaged. Many people struggling mentally and emotionally do not realize that many of the issues in their relationships are perhaps because both partners are emotionally damaged. 6. Suffer from mental health conditions. Research shows there may be a link between childhood trauma and the development of certain mental health conditions, like anxiety and depression. All of these may affect your interpersonal relationships on some level. Only a trained mental health professional can diagnose these conditions or how some of these symptoms affect your relationships. A word of advice. Healing from childhood trauma is possible. There are many ways you can start your path to feeling better and establishing more satisfactory relationships. If you have recognized that childhood trauma is affecting your romantic relationships, seeking help from a psychologist may help you to create a richer, more rewarding relationship. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, and let us know your thoughts in comments box.